Yesterday I found what was dated for yesterday as being a transcript from the Teva Pharmaceuticals uh, quarterly earnings statement report. It was a phone call with shareholders, and even though it had happened a while ago, it was dated for yesterday and it was published. And I understood something was going on in the morning that had to do with that, but then I kept going bear, 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 because they keep doing this shit. They've been trafficking me and my mom and my they've been trafficking me and my family specifically for R&D for bear for a very long time. As a matter of fact, they actually had to do some sort of like checkup on me, and it's part of what was this thing that keeps trying to get me back into the hospital so they can like update it. And I've been following for years how precisely shit going on with me, it has to do with, I'm sorry, things going on with me is connected to public notices on Bayer, specifically these lawsuits concerning Bayer and Roundup weed killer. See, there was this big thing allegedly that went through the DOJ during 2017 when there was supposed to be a merger between different groups around some genetically modified food products. And in conjunction with that, there was a lot of stuff that was going on about these different pharmaceutical companies and their relationship with the chemical market. So ever since last year, I've been following how precisely the certain thing happens in my life where I get prompted and tortured to do some sort of thing that's supposed to talk either about my actual mental health diagnoses, which are fraudulent. Nobody ever acknowledges that I've reported that they were fraudulent, but it's like I get physically tortured, and I will be put through these emotional stressors that usually result in me crying, that I can later trace to some public notice about a tax wave off. That implies a tax wave off, or they will just keep running like these intense churning scenarios about symptomatology connected to my diagnoses. And the unfortunate thing is it's not even my diagnoses, that they've put people in my life that exhibited symptoms comparable to the ones that they alleged were the ones I exhibited as my diagnoses. And so those profiles are no longer mine. They're the other person's. And yet somehow it's as if I've been swapped out with biometric accounts connected to that person. So it's like they're torturing me as that person. This happened recently. As a matter of fact, they expected something kept trying to get me to unconsciously stimulate me to go to a certain place today where I met somebody who's been swapped out in this way. And it was a horrible, horrible experience for me on another level, the what happened. But the point I'm making is that presumably Bear came to some sort of verbal agreements. There's a notice here. And the problem is the way that they've done this, they do this. They have a subhead or another article with the headline being Bear's Roundup Challenge is to avoid, quote, nuclear, unquote, jury awards. And the problem is that when these nuclear references come up, there's literally somewhere a profile of a young, or in my case, it's usually middle aged, but they did something over the weekend. They swapped it out. It's no longer the middle aged nuked white woman. That was Saturday. I literally saw it. I literally went somewhere I haven't went in a long time, and there were two middle-aged white homeless white women there to perform the specific trifecta they set up for this local pension racket. The things are different in different places. Three middle-aged white women on site, completely unique for what else was going on. Now, last night, today, now they're evoking a younger white woman. She's probably supposed to be like, 16 to 22. And she's supposed to exhibit the same kinds of symptoms. That's their fucking settlement? They just made her a younger, prettier model? Is she going to be a little more artistic? Is that their fucking settlement? I'm just saying. I know I'm not supposed to use the F word. That's what makes you afraid of me. My God, she cussed. She must be irrational and dangerous.